During her first day of work at a marketing firm in Falls Church, a George Mason University grad requested she take her lunch break to pray. That's when she says the company refused to accommodate her request, which is in fact protected by law, and told her they wouldn't hire her after all. Welcome to Impact Moment, brought to you by DCTV. I'm Rebecca Burnett. Thanks to the help of the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR Foundation, Inc., the woman took the case to court and won. She was financially compensated, and the judge ordered the managers to take sensitivity training. Since 1994, CAIR Foundation, Inc. has advocated for Muslim Americans in the Washington, D.C. area, just blocks away from the Capitol. Now, joining me now is Edward Ahmed Mitchell, CAIR's Deputy Executive Director. Thank you for taking the time today.
Thank you so much for having me. A pleasure.
So this is, of course, just one of the many examples of the ways that your organization has helped Muslim Americans in the community. But I understand that you guys also kind of teach them how to advocate for themselves without you guys having to step in too. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. Look, you cannot defend your rights if you do not know what your rights are. And even if you know what your rights are, you can't defend them if you're not brave enough to do so. So a huge part of our work over the past 27 years has been educating the community about their legal rights and empowering the community to stand up for their legal rights. Obviously, an individual person can't always go to court by themselves, so we do have to play a role in supporting them in the court of public opinion and the court of law. But it's always the people who have to take that very first step to say, you know what, this discrimination I've experienced, this bigotry I've experienced, it's not okay, it's not legal, and I've got to do something about it. And then they pick up the phone and they call CAIR, and CAIR is there. CAIR is there to help them, whether that's a Muslim woman who's fired for wanting to pray, a Muslim man who's being harassed while he's traveling to the airport, a mosque that's been burned down. We are there to help communities and individuals impacted by anti-Muslim bigotry in Washington, D.C., and also in many states around the country.
And the lawsuits are free for them. Why was it important for CAIR to make sure that they're at no cost to the individual if they're going through something like this? Absolutely.
The Council on American Islamic Relations is a civil rights organization. We are not here to make a profit. We're not here to make money. We are here to serve people who have been impacted by discrimination. So when someone needs help from CAIR, we are providing that help completely free of charge. We do not charge them a penny for the services we provide. The only way CAIR can ever make money off a case is if we win a lawsuit and then we get our attorney's fees back from the other side. But the clients that we serve them at no cost. We are here to serve in a nonprofit capacity, and that's very critical to our work. People have to know they can get that help without having to pay anything, because if they have to go to a for-profit law firm, obviously they're going to have to pay money out of pocket, money they may not have, and you shouldn't have to be rich in order to defend your rights in a court of law.
And I noticed that education is also part of your mission too, whether that's educating, I mean, you have a long list, teachers, employers, prison staff about how to support Muslims that they work with, but you also talk with media professionals to make sure that they're portraying Muslims, people of Islamic faith, in appropriate ways. How can the community kind of do their part so CAIR doesn't have to do quite as much?
Right. Look, education is the best vaccine against discrimination. It's really hard to hate someone if you know a little bit about them. And it's really hard to mistreat someone if you know how they're supposed to be treated. So it's very important for us to, as you said, educate people, whether it's in the medical field, how to treat Muslim patients, in a prison setting, how to treat a prisoner who may have be Muslim or converted to Islam, in a school setting, how to treat a kid who might have some unique situations because of their Muslim faith. We have to take the lead in educating those different leaders and community members about those scenarios. But as you said, the community themselves also have to play a critical role because they're on the front lines, right? We can do as much as we can, but it's that parent of a student who's going to be on the front lines. It's that prisoner who's going to be on the front lines. It's that student in the school, that patient in the hospital room. So what we do is we give them things like educational pamphlets they can literally hand to someone that contain all the information that's needed to understand the issues. We make sure that we're giving trainings to Muslim communities at their mosques and other places to give them the education they need that they can then take and repeat in relevant scenarios. So yes, education is very critical to our work. We don't just want to sit around and wait for something bad to happen. We want to address it in the front end by educating people about the Islamic faith, our beliefs. We hand out free Qurans and we encourage people to read the Quran so they can get understanding themselves. And also we hand out education materials that can be used by many different people across the country.
And if someone is interested in getting those educational materials or joining or also maybe getting your help, where can they find you on social media?
Absolutely. So first, go to CAIR.com, www.cair.com. That's the best place to go to find out what we're doing, what help you can provide, and also these resources. You can also find us on Twitter at CAIR National, Facebook at CAIR, and we also have many chapters across the country you can also find in your local area. So those are the best ways to reach out to us.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciated it.
Thank you for having me. A pleasure.
All right, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in to this edition of Impact Moment. It's part of our nonprofit capacity building grant program, bringing meaningful media to the DMV's nonprofits that are making a difference. Find out more at dctv.org/grants and stay up to date with our latest productions on our live stream at dctv.org/live.